A mute Chinese man fights off hordes of baddies to save his kidnapped daughter in the new martial arts film, The Furious. Kenji Tanagaki's martial arts extravaganza, The Furious, premiered at last year's Toronto Film Festival to much acclaim. It's been touted as one of the best action films of the decade and the best martial arts film since The Raid 2.
Well, that's high praise indeed.
So I went in optimistic, but also a little skeptical. In my eyes, nothing can beat Gareth Evans' masterwork, The Raid 2, but The Furious is the next best thing and definitely lives up to the hype, albeit with a few glaring issues. The Furious follows a mute Chinese man whose whole life revolves around his daughter. But when a child trafficking ring kidnaps her, he vows to take all of these evil men down one by one until he saves her. He ends up teaming up with a man named Naveen, who is searching for his reporter wife, who had been investigating this crime syndicate. The two punch, slam, and hack through their enemies because nothing will stop them from burning this whole operation to the ground. Let's be honest here, we are not here for the story, and what the writers have done is create just enough of a plot to act as an excuse for our characters to kick some major ass.
Go kick some ass, huh? Go kick some ass!
The narrative itself is so predictable, you will pretty much be 5 steps ahead of it at all times. And The Furious is so ridiculous, so nonsensical and unrealistic at times that our theater was often howling with laughter. And with any other film, that would be a huge gripe. But here, the filmmakers are almost winking at the audience in these moments of absurdity. The movie works because it doesn't take itself too seriously. But as I said, we're not here for those things. We're here for the action. And oh boy, does The Furious fucking deliver. I was in a nearly sold out showing for this, and the audience was absolutely eating this movie up. People were jumping out of their chairs, screaming, gasping, booing, and cheering. It's the type of movie that must be seen with an audience to get the full experience. Why was the audience like this? It's because the action is so hard-hitting and intense. You feel every punch as it cracks a character's bones, and every slice of a knife as it punctures the skin. There is an almost tactile sensory illusion to The Furious that makes you feel a physical sensation, even though you're just a fly on the wall to all of the action on screen. This is captured through the dizzying camera work, piercing sound design, and meticulous fight choreography. Every time I thought this movie didn't have any more action-related surprises up its sleeve, it would prove me wrong.
Guess someone was wrong.
I literally either had a smile on my face or my jaw dropped for about 90% of The Furious. That is how impressive the action is. All of the action is brought to life by an incredible cast. Famous Chinese martial artist Miao finally gets the chance to wow a broader international audience here, and he is outstanding, despite being mute for the entire film. His performance lies completely in his eyes and his fists.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick my whole fist up your ass.
Miao's love for his daughter and willingness to do anything to get her back feels genuine, and that is one of the reasons The Furious lands as well as it does. Joe Taslim from The Raid and the new Mortal Kombat films stars as Naveen. Taslim ends up being a great foil for Miao. While Miao is a little rough around the edges, in a good way, Taslim adds that more slick movie star charisma to the picture. There is a pretty glaring issue here though, that did take away from my enjoyment of the movie, and that is the horrendous dubbing. The movie stars a pan-Asian cast of famous martial artists from Indonesia, China, Thailand, and the Philippines, among many others. The makers of The Furious specifically wanted this movie to be accessible for international audiences. So the decision was made to make the lead actor, Miao, be mute because his English isn't great, and dub the majority of the remaining actors. Shoddy CGI is obviously used to make the dub match the performers' lips, and the voice actors are so over the top and mismatched. While this does harken back to old school Hong Kong martial arts films,
You son of a bitch!
and it's not necessarily a deal breaker, the dub did take me out of the movie on many occasions. That aside, The Furious is one hell of a treat for action film fans. We haven't gotten a martial arts flick this gritty, gory, or relentless in a very long time. And while the predictable story and unnecessary dubbing detracts minorly from the overall enjoyment of the film, it makes up for it with the sheer awe-inspiring insanity of the fight choreography. I had so much fun with The Furious, and I know you will too. So get all of your friends and go see this in theaters. I promise you all will have an absolute blast. Thank you so much for watching Lost in the Reel. Please like and subscribe for more under-the-radar movie reviews. And what are your thoughts on The Furious? Sound off in the comments section down below, and make sure to be respectful. Until next time, my friends, take care, and please, please, please support your local cinema.